Hi everyone. If you're a laptop user who always wants to get better battery life whenever you're on the go, you probably have tried most of the basic ways of saving battery power, such as reducing the screen brightness, enabling power-saving mode, or even turning off Wi-Fi and Bluetooth when not in use. While those basic tricks are necessary and indeed help, another less common way that is equally useful is disabling the unnecessary background services, both the Windows services and the app services, which I'll talk about in this video. Alright, to show the list of all the background services and to configure them to your preferences, if you are on Windows 11 or Windows 10, right-click the Start menu button, and then click Computer Management. On the Computer Management, expand the Services and Applications, and then click Services. Now, if you look at the Startup Type column, some services are run automatically at Windows Startup, while others require manual trigger or even disabled. While the need for these background services may vary between users, depending on what the PC is used for, here are some of the services that you can safely disable to get more battery life. So let's start from the Windows services. The first one is the Windows Search Indexer. This service powers Windows search functionality to help you find files, folders, emails, and other content quickly. Although it sounds important, Windows Search isn't known to be the fastest search tool around for Windows. In addition, it runs automatically at startup and often ignores Windows power management settings and continues running in the background, hence consuming your battery power. A faster and more resource-efficient alternative, such as Everything, is available for free so that you could disable this Windows search service to conserve battery life. To stop and disable a background service, right-click the service and then click Stop. Once stopped, right-click the service one more time and then click Properties. On the General tab, on the Startup type, select Disable and then click OK. From now on, this background service will not automatically run at startup. For files and folders search, you may use Everything as and when you need to, instead of running this service all the time. Alright, the second service that you can safely disable is the Background Intelligent Transfer Service, or BITS. This service is used to help download and install Windows updates in the background, which often, unknown to the users, causes the PC to slow down, especially when the automatic update is enabled. Disabling this service will have minimal impact on your PC. You just need to manually update your Windows as and when you wish to. The next service you may also want to disable is the Connected User Experiences and Telemetry. As you may already know, Windows 11 collects a ton of data about how you use your computer. To power this data collection, the Connected User Experiences and Telemetry service constantly runs in the background, reporting system events such as app crashes, feature usage, performance metrics, and more to Microsoft. So if you're concerned about privacy, you should disable this service. Alright, the fourth Windows service that you should disable is the Program Compatibility Assistant service. If you're not running any old or obsolete programs, you will unlikely need this service. So you can safely stop and disable this service to conserve your battery life. And lastly, you may also want to disable the Touch Keyboard and Handwriting Panel service. If your laptop does not use touchscreen, or you're not using any touch or stylus input, then you should disable this service out of the box, as it serves no purpose. Alright, those are some of the Windows services that you can safely disable to save your battery life. Now, in addition to the Windows services, some programs may also run background services automatically at startup that you may not actually use or need. For example, for my case here, I have a bunch of ASUS services that run automatically at startup. I don't need all these services to run all the time, so I can just change their startup types to manual or even disable them altogether. For example, I will only need to run ASUS Switch if I want to transfer files, applications, and related system settings from my old ASUS laptop to the new one, so I can just disable it for now. The same goes for ASUS Link Near and Link Remote. So basically, in principle, as long as a service serves no use to you, then it's probably okay to disable it, or at least to change its startup type to manual. Alright, so that is another way of conserving your battery life even more. I hope you find this tutorial useful, and thank you for watching.